Hello folks, welcome to part 2 of my Cyprus vlog. Yes, I know, it's been a while. I forgot about it and had other stuff to do. In fact, even my excuse is I just got lazy. This could be ass making it. I think that's what it was. But nevertheless, part 2. Part 1 was mainly the videos going in. The problem with the vlog, it was meant to be a proper vlog. The whole Cyprus, me going to Cyprus, was meant to be an actual proper vlog. But the problem that occurred, which we'll do now in part 2, is as soon as I got there, the first bloody day there, I got a sunburn. And my key for creating just went out the fucking window. I still took photos, but trying to record, like, with a, pretty much, I'm just going to show you this photo right here. This is what I looked like on the second day. It was absolutely terrible. What I did was I took my shirt off, which I just wish I didn't. Like, if my arms were burned, and my face and my legs were slightly burned, I would be fine, but my entire body. Now, you're probably thinking, Josh, you barely take your shirt off when it's hot. Like, in public, but you did this at the beach, and generally, even here, at the beach, I generally don't do that. If I ever go to the beach, I generally keep my shirt on. And I should have just kept it on because of how hot it was. I'm an absolute bozo. Nevertheless, after a few days, I did, like, it did heal. It still took a while to fucking heal, though. And it was just, trying to sleep was painful. So if anything, I learned my lesson, and the next time I go to a hot country, the first thing I'm doing is getting off the plane, then putting sun cream on. Because I know my mum goes, that's just stupid. I was like, no, because I'll wake up tomorrow and forget about it. Nevertheless, so, the first part, oh, we also played Drunk Uno at some point. That's not going to be in the video, though. So, if anything, going to Cyprus was, one, a getaway vacation, and two, for me, would be really excited because this is where I had literally, about a year ago, actually, around about now, I bought my 18 to 55mm lens I'm using right now. So, I'm wanting to take with me my new lens and try it out. And try it out, I did. There are so many limitations with this camera, and I need to get an ND filter. And I know what people are going to be thinking, ND filters are a waste of money, don't bother. With a mirrorless camera, that's a different story because it's a cropped sensor. The reason why I don't record videos outside, like, a lot, is because as soon as I go outside, I'm overexposed. And if I turn my f-stop down, like, too low, as soon as I walk back into a building or go anywhere, it's just fluctuating exposure. It's horrible, I hate it. And then the f-stop is at f8. So, in Ayia Napa, in the hotel, you could barely see everything because of the stupid exposure on this camera, but we are here. We might have to shoot in auto mode on the camera because trying to focus the light out here, see how it's in focus right now? That's fine because I'm shooting auto and not manual. I'm going to turn the exposure back up. Does it still focus even with the exposure up? Yeah, see, it's still, I'm going to have to use auto for now, for this, but that's probably fine. I'm going to put exposure back down a little bit. About 2. -2. So, I'm actually going to head over to Linguini over there. Yes, I called him Linguini. I don't know why I called him Linguini. So we're going to record on auto because it's so hard to try and manually record stuff here. So auto it is, sadly. Just been down to the pool. Oh, not the pool. Going down to the pool, my bad. We just been to the beach there for a few hours. I'm already burned. It's not fun. Already burnt, but this place is looking amazing. Please, camera, can you try and focus? There we go. There we go. I'm burnt. Not fun. Gotta drop down to the pool, which I'll show you guys real quick. The pool is down over there, as you can see. There's the pool. Gotta go down there. So, yeah. This, hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to take on my camera a bit more, or maybe later today. Maybe tomorrow, actually. We're here for 9 more days, so catch you soon. So, I will get an ND filter, maybe not for this lens. If I ever do get an ND filter, it will probably be for an EF lens. If I'm thinking why. Because there's only so many EF lenses that will last and be of good quality down the line. Because it looks like Canon is going to kill off the EFM lineup, which is bizarre. I don't know why they would. It makes them so much money, but nevertheless. Going forward. So, I can't remember how the first part bloody went, but nevertheless, let's just keep going forward. let's just talk about, the second part will be my experience in Cyprus, taking photos in generally a new country. Even though after 4 days, it still felt like we were in the UK, which was pretty weird. Some of the photos, and most of my photos I took in auto, and I'll explain why. The first day trying to record video in manual settings was impossible. Like, it was too bright of sun. I couldn't get it down to where you could see my face. It was literally so difficult. I had to do auto most of the time. And I wish I took my camera with me to the beach. I know if I'm thinking you might get sand in your camera. I wish I just took my camera with me to the beach, because I wouldn't have taken my top off on camera. So, yeah. It's typical, right? It's absolutely, it's always me. About a week and a half ago, I went to a wedding, right? Took about 200 photos, a wedding, and came back to dark spots on my camera from where I've taken my lens off the sensor and damaged the sensor. And you know what's typical? If I kept my camera, like, coverage on, I wouldn't be able to fix it. But nevertheless, I fixed it anyway myself by spending only 20 quid, but nevertheless. So, taking some of these photos, which I'm going to just show on photo, and if I'm talking about a photo, which I'm looking at right now, but I'm showing on screen a completely different photo, I'm sorry about that. The place we were staying at, the hotel we were staying at, it was just so weird to me, because the last time I'd gone anywhere abroad was Greece in 2007. So, the look and feel of the hotel at, like, what time was this? Well, it says on here on my camera, 1 AM, but my phones, everyone's phones changed times because of time zones. It was about a 2-hour difference. My camera doesn't. So we got there at 1 AM. Yeah, that's right, 1 AM. No. We got there at about almost 3 in the morning. But for the UK, it would be 12:55. So my camera was still set to the UK time, which is fine, to be honest. So yeah, this photo here, taken outside of the hotel. It was so weird for the first few days, because I just wasn't used to it. Because we were there for 9 days, like a week, almost 2 weeks. Like, it was just every morning waking up to that. Just this was just so surreal and just pretty strange. This shot's pretty cool. So I took this, like I said, at 3 in the morning. And then the next shot, I took this at 7 AM. And, like, that contrast difference between night and day is actually pretty cool. And what was it? A lot of shots. This one, I really liked. I took this photo, I think, in color and in black and white. This is where I was just generally messing in manual with settings. Like, I was like, what looks good, what doesn't look good, you know. And most of the time, I just went into auto because it just worked. Shooting at auto just worked a hell of a lot better. There were some cases where I did switch over to manual for certain shots, but a lot of the times, I just took photos at auto because it was a hell of a lot easier. And oh my, this is a photo of my brother, he doesn't know how to smile in a photo. He just makes the most blank face possible. That was him back in September. He looks completely different now. Damn, they grow up so fast. But yeah, all these photos were I was generally just guessing if they look good, taking, you know, photos, like, figuring out settings. The only, and what was it? Some photos, okay, where is it? It's on here somewhere. It's on here somewhere. Here's this photo, which I took. Curtis stacked up, I think, 4 shot glasses, and then I took this photo, and what's this great about it is, you know, I had to, believe it or not, the ISO is at 6400. Because this was at like 9 PM, at the bar in our hotel, because we do food there. Yeah, it doesn't look like, I mean, you can see there's some gray in the background, but that added to the actual photo. I like the fact that it did. Let's see, so yeah, 41mm, well, that's a weird millimeter, f-stop of 5, 1/60, ISO 6400, because the lighting was pretty dark in that place. And this is what it looks like, you know, I think it was Faithful, picture profile. I'm using neutral right now, because neutral, and I wish I knew this at the time, right? Neutral is a lot better than Faithful. Faithful makes your photos blurry. So with this photo, it looks decent, but it doesn't look as sharp as it could be, and I had to sharpen it when in Lightroom. So here it is with no editing, and then here's the Lightroom version, which looks just so foreign, if anything, which is perfect. So yeah, I've switched over to neutral picture profile because neutral is more diluted than faithful, but it also retains sharpness coming out of the camera. Something I didn't know with faithful. Something my webcam, like, here's the difference. Here's my camera quality. Here's the webcam quality. Look at the difference, you know? Probably think, why use the webcam? I'm just using that so I can use my good microphone for audio. But yeah, generally, it was so difficult taking photos that looked good. And because I was also trying just to have fun and trying not to think about my burnt skin, taking some photos, and especially low lighting, because a lot of it, and with this camera, taking photo pictures in low light is very difficult. Remember, this already goes up to 3.5 on the f-stop. I can't go any lower. So, I wish I bought a prime lens instead of this lens. I should have bought a prime lens, but I only had £100 to kind of spend on a lens. So I got this second hand. That is why. I do still want to get the Viltrox, I think, 32mm. They do a 22mm, which I didn't know that, which is like 200 quid. I still want to get the Viltrox lens because it goes down to an f-stop of 1.7, which is quite insane. I mean, it's a prime lens. So that is still a thing on my list. I want to get the prime lens, but then at the same time, I want to get the 55 to 200mm. I don't know. I'll ask people, honestly, which of my photos look great. The more street photography for photos and close-ups, or the wildlife stuff. Because there are cases where I'll be trying to zoom in to get a picture of, like, I don't know, some birds, and 55mm is never actually enough. A lot of these photos, which are just photos of most of my friends and family, which, some I will show and some I won't, just because I'm pretty sure they'll be like, why'd you show me on my video for, meh. Some people won't care, they won't be bothered by it. Then we found this cute kitten. Cyprus, by the way, was full of cats. Same thing as Turkey, just cats everywhere, which was just funny. And yeah, so taking photos in low light, in shot, what was it? Even though it's 6400, the noise isn't actually that bad, and I can always remove the noise in post anyway. There are some photos where it just looks god-awful, but there were times where it just didn't look too terrible. Although some photos are really blurry because I was taking them auto, so, and obviously the camera auto is going to be taking photos at like a exposure of 115. So for example, this is at 160 right now. Ready? I'll show you what 115 looks like. This is 115, as you can tell, which looks almost like my webcam quality, which is absolutely terrible. So yeah, you can see where I'm coming from. So yeah, so a lot of my photos are kind of, this one's great, and Kurt still uses this profile picture for WhatsApp. So that is pretty cool. It wasn't until, and also if you live in Cyprus, in the Ayia Napa or like outskirts of Ayia Napa region, if you found anime stickers, that was me. I stuck so many outside. There's Miku stickers, there's 02 stickers. It's absolutely hilarious. Yeah, honestly, a lot of these photos were just experiments, and I'm going to show the terrible photos, which I don't think look good, because they are experiments in a country I've never been to before, having to guess, you know, the lighting and just everything. It's just difficult. I am going to show you this photo of my friend. Luckily, she will be fine with me showing this photo because it doesn't show her face, so she's not too bothered. Not that she's, like, ugly or anything, but she just doesn't like photos taken of her. And this is in black and white, and just looks pretty. It kind of fits for this whole, you know, Greek. Were you on the Greek side? Oh yeah, the Cyprus Greek side, yeah. So, kind of whole Greek kind of, you know, aesthetic with, like, you know, dresses and stuff. Looked pretty good on this. It looked pretty swell, as some might say. But yeah, half the time I was just trying to take photos of cats. Like, it was kind of absurd, just taking photos of cats. By like the fifth or sixth day, I was getting used to understanding my environment, taking these photos. For example, here's a photo outside, what was it, like, a hotel by the pool. But in our hotel, we had our own pool. Here it is, taken out of the camera. So this was a 640 of a second, ISO 100, 31 millimeters, and you know, f-stop 4.5. Here it is. What was it? Out of the camera. Here it is with what I call the Lana Del Rey preset. Why do I call it that? I don't know. It just gave off that vibe, like a Lana Del Rey album cover, which I really loved it. I love this photo so much that I sometimes use it as a wallpaper on my phone. That's why it looks so good. It looks like a wallpaper. Oh my gosh, stuffies. What?
Wait, it's not real.
Oh, Josh.
More.
Come here.
What? Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, they got unicorn stuff in here. What? Oh, yes. That's cool.
They got Cobra as well.
That's what I wanted to get years ago when I was in Greece. I saw these yesterday. What? They like drinks. They look like spray cans. I know, spray drink. I'm gonna get a drink for the journey. Ew. Don't. Why? Everyone. You and Jess keep doing that. So we're in Cyprus. This is the store we're in. You got your beer. You got your regular drinks. You got some weird can of Coke. Got loads of stuff. You got like loads of weird drinks here, man. We got loads of British style drinks. You got these here. You got like Monster. That's not British, but you know what I mean. I might get some Keo beer. This beer is actually really nice. €1.60, not bad. It's decently licensed. Autofocus on? Okay, autofocus is on. Might get this. Mum, look at this glass. I love Cyprus. This looks cool.
That's nice.
I might maybe try and buy it when I come back. Oh, look at these. They got cool. Look at these. They got like cool like.
I want to show you the
Curtis showed me the snake thing.
Oh, you did see the knife?
Yeah. I want to buy it before we go.
Yeah, that one I was like, no.
€10. I'm good. Get a can of beer. Really buying cat food for a wild cat. If you did that in the UK, you'd be looked at like a weirdo. Alright guys, I'm gonna Hatsubiku sticker. I'm gonna stick it there. Hatsubiku. Here's a great photo of my brother, which I just said to him, if you can't smile on camera, just do something stupid. And he did. Now, out of camera, this looks overexposed. But when I went in post, and this is, by the way, with a JPEG, I didn't take any of these of RAW at the time, and I probably should have, to be honest, to fix some of my mistakes. But even in JPEG, it just looks amazing, especially with this green look I've given it. Also, bringing in some details from the background. And this, a great photo. There was times where photos looked good, and then times where some photos just didn't look good. So it is a great photo of one of my friends, Robin, on the bus. We were going into the main city, and she prefers the other edited version. I've got multiple versions of this, where she prefers the one straight out of the camera. So, not too bad there. There are so many other photos I've taken. This photo, which I completely forgot about posting, I've only recently just finished editing it. And then there's the date, the 5th of September, 2022. Yes, I completely forgot about this photo, and I was sat there going, did I ever post this photo? I did post it, but a different version. A version from editing on Snapseed, but this is the version which I use as my Chrome background, actually. So when I open up Chrome, it's got a more kind of green, orangey, teal hue to it, and it's got more color to it. So I wouldn't say this out of the camera looks bad, but once you just add your own flair to it, it just makes things look better. Going forward, the parrot shots. This was great. I got like all my friends and family with pictures of parrots, and because I was taking the photo, all the photos looked really good. As soon as I had someone take the photo for me, they didn't zoom in, so there's like no background blur, but I still was able to make this photo look good even if I didn't take it. This is why I'm always subjected to other people, like my friends and family who aren't tech nerds, of taking photos of me, because I know it's gonna look bad. Here's a great photo. This, and I took this at 100th of a second, which is great for moving objects. These three dudes, all on electric scooters, and they're all in focus, while the background is all blurred. this could be considered long exposure. Almost long exposure. And this was at 31mm, f-stop completely at 1250 ISO. And I didn't know I took this until I got home. When I got home at my desk at like 9 in the morning, everyone else went to bed. I was sat here moving stuff off my phone, my SD card and my camera, and that's when my SD card died, which was a pain in the ass. I was looking at my screen going, holy crap, this is such a cool photo. I think there's a second one. Yeah, there's a second one where it's similar, but it's at 27mm, and it's not as good. This one is great, and I think I did edit it, but I don't remember. I'm just going to show this one unedited, because it just looks... I didn't know about it. See, that's a great thing about some photos you take, because even when I looked at it on the tiny, like, 2-inch display on the M50, I couldn't tell if it was a blurred background with a cool long exposure. No, couldn't tell. Oh, this is a great photo with, you know, these super duper marts, literally like market stores with like no like big brand name in the background with a McDonald's, because yeah, why not? That's what some people tend to forget. They think that all foreign, like European or, you know, Middle Eastern countries just don't have like McDonald's. We had KFC in Cyprus. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it. It wasn't that bad. I say it was like, you know 6 out of 10. It was like, you know, okay, no worries. But everyone else hated the damn thing. I was like, well, duh, it's not going to be like British KFC where everything's regulated. The fact that everyone has really high expectations for some reason, I don't know why. So here's the photo where I'm going to show you the edit I did within DaVinci Resolve. I think I did a video of this, of color grading in DaVinci Resolve. Did I ever post it, though? Maybe not. I don't remember. But nevertheless. So, yeah, going forward, this was funny. The shop had a Bellavadere, a vodka, I can never pronounce it, for 400 euros. Fuck off. And this kid in the shop wanted me to take a photo of him, which was weird. My friend said apparently tourists, like it. It's a thing that they don't mind, which is it was just weird because you take photos of someone in the UK, especially in London, they either give you a dirty look, or they go, the fuck you taking photos of me for, mate? I sounded more Australian. And like, oi, why are you taking photos of me? Like, shit like that. Where over there, he was just like, hey, happy to take a photo. I was like, kind of just like, oh, okay, interesting. Moving forward. Again, indoors, this was again difficult with the, you know, indoor lighting was pretty just gnarly. I was able to take some decent photos, but not many. There was some photos which don't look too bad, some which just, you know, it's like, why? This was another great one of my friend that I took. It was always typical whenever I took a photo of her, because the photo would look great. If I tried to take photos of anything else, it would be terrible. I don't know why. Anything else I tried taking a photo of, it just didn't work. And I think this was a key learning experience. Trying to do street photography in a different country was really difficult for me. But as soon as I was taking photos, like portraits of people, and doing more landscapey stuff, it was a bit easier. So, what was it? So, for example, this photo, which I do love, of this club opposite the club we were in, called the Abbasid Den, on the other side. That is a great photo there. Moving over a few photos here. There's a great photo I took of my friend, again, right here, which, again, looked at me, and I turned the flash on. I know people say the flash ruins photos, but this just helped the photo look even better, especially the edited version. It's this peak. I wish I took it in RAW. If I took it in RAW, man, oh, it would have looked even more better. But nevertheless, it's completely fine. Some more photos I took of this night, which I took over 300 in one fucking night by thinking how. I don't know. Honestly, it was kind of bizarre. Here's a great photo of me as someone took, which I think, who took that? Oh, Jess took of me in my nice, my burnt face, but my nice pink cat t-shirt. It's a great photo of Curtis I took. And what's funny is, my mum's friend, Kath, her boyfriend, is in the photo, and he doesn't like his photo being taken, which is fine, I don't mind. He's in the photo, but he's hiding behind Curtis's head, which I think is funny. You won't even notice, and it's just another great photo there. It's kind of mind-boggling. So yeah, try to take photos, especially in the dark. Keep in mind, this was like 11 PM. My ISO was up to 5,000 at this point, and And because my phone died, I had to take a photo of my shoes just to check the time on the actual image on my camera. Yeah, but overall, some of these photos are more just fun photos. There's only a select few that I use, and I've posted. Here's one photo which I have in my, what was it? I'm going to show you it. This was in the bar we were in. I used this as my Microsoft, like, background. It says here, "It's better to burn out than to fade away" by Kurt Cobain. There was a lot of quotes from, what was it, artists. "Live fast, die young, be wild, have fun," Lana Del Rey. So yeah, there was other ones as well. "I drink to remember, I spoke to forget" by Jake Bugg. "You are not damaged goods, you are a product of your own learning." And who is that by? T.S. What? Taylor Swift. I'm guessing Taylor Swift. Overall, when it came to... I wish I had more time to think in this night, because honestly I wasn't thinking. The neon lights was a great experience to take photos. So hello folks, it is Monday, September 5th. You can see I'm red. That's my fault. I got an intense sunburn the other day. My doing. I buttoned this up wrong, whatever. Intense sunburn the other day, which is my doing. Quite literally the first day here, which was Thursday. Well, no, Thursday? No, Friday. We landed here technically. We landed Thursday and landed Friday, so Friday was the first day. Yeah, burnt. So then Saturday and Sunday I've been kind of stuck inside and then going out in the afternoon. But today I'm actually outside at 10 AM and I'm wearing a shirt. So I should be okay today. I've gotten used to the burning pain and kind of just living with it because, yeah, it's not the end of the world. I mean, not that at least. I should have wore this shirt. What I should have done was just not take my shirt off. I usually don't take my shirt off unless I'm going in water. When in the sea, I think that's what burned me. I didn't put sun cream on, so kind of my fault. I think if I put some on, I would have been fine, but whatever. My fault. Hopefully next time I'll learn. There were some photos which were great. I think that I have one here somewhere. I still don't know where the hell it is. Obviously, you guys will probably be seeing it, but my dumbass is going through looking for it. Ah, here. Here's a great photo which I took, and I did edit to make it not look more super neon, but to make it give off kind of like a... What's a good example of a photo that I was trying to go off of? I don't actually remember, but I was trying to make it not look too super saturated, but giving it more of a blurry... kind of almost 80, an 80s kind of like vibe, which again, that was a great photo. ISO 3200, 18mm, so out or wide, shutter speed of 160. Go away! People keep fucking messaging me. And overall, I think I was just having fun with taking photos. It was not about trying to take photos to be professional, it was more about learning, and it was great. I was able to do that for 9 days. Also, what a weird... Okay, weird. Also, cats. There was loads of cats everywhere. Like, a lot of them. Cats. Quite literally everywhere. So here we go. September 7th. Oh, here's the only time I think I actually went into manual to take a photo. So keep in mind, this is at almost 20 to 7 in the afternoon, which was still light by that time. And this is the moon. This is the moon that I took, and I think I took this at 55mm, so that, you're probably thinking, that looks like it's taken at 18, no, that's at 55mm, if I had the 200mm, I'd probably look better, and I got it to the sharpest I could with manual focusing, which was really difficult, even with a little zooming magnifying glass, but I went into manual to knock the ISO down really, really low to try and get this shot, which looks amazing, and literally, here's a photo from like 2 minutes later, and look how light it is. So here's the same moon, once again, literally 2 minutes later, it's still light. So, yeah, as soon as I saw the opportunity, I was just like, yeah, we're going to take a photo right now. The next few photos are just photos of the sunset, me just guessing with lighting. oh, here's a black and white one here. Nice, look at that. Oh, here's a great photo which I took, and this was at 5 a.m. in the morning. Half the time I didn't sleep when I was over there. It's like 5 a.m. just getting light, and I took this in the noir kind of look on my camera, and it just looks, it looks great. It just has this emphasis. It reminds you of? It reminds you of the intro for X-Files right at the end. That black and white kind of like clouds going over the mountain. It kind of gives you that kind of vibes. Again, I think in the end, I think a day before you're leaving, this is where I actually figured out how to take photos of the streets, and the fact it was all like second to last day, like, oh, really? There more cats, street cats. It was great. There was a black cat I wanted to go say hello to, but he was hissing at me, kind of like my cat, so not much different. More black and white photos, which again look really cool, especially in a country that doesn't look like they've like changed since the 90s. The black and white look does evoke some feeling. Tried to get a photo of a Ferris wheel and it went terrible. And towards the end here, this is where I kind of just got quiet of the photos. Here's a great photo of a tattoo my friend got in Cyprus. Yes, what are you thinking? It's one thing to go to Cyprus and take your camera and take photos, but to get a tattoo there, she got it on the back of her leg. Which leg was it? I think it was the right leg. And I'm going to have to slightly pixelate this because it is somewhat lewd. It's a naked woman hanging onto a spider. And generally, I'm going to put a warning here. If you don't like spiders, look away for the next 10 seconds. So that will be here, pixelated, but in, you know, in 3, 2, 1, not pixelated. And then it's gone. There we go. And it's gone. There you go. So yeah.
Pounding interest and it's gone.
That is a really cool tattoo, and the fact, what was it? The fact that it only took an hour? Maybe because it was mainly very like more shades than color, no colors, all black, and kind of simple to kind of do. And it does look pretty cool. Pretty interesting. The fact that, and everyone was like, why a bug? Why a spider? Luckily it's on the back of your leg, so you have to wake up on your arm and go, ugh. So that's not too bad. And yeah, pretty gnarly. And she was like, wasn't that bad actually. And funny enough, the last photo I took was of actually her on my camera, because at that point I think I threw my camera. So yeah, I have over 371 photos that I've taken. Out of all of them, there's probably only a good 20 photos that I like. But that's the best thing. It's good to take loads of photos because then you can cherish the one photos that you actually prefer. So overall, it was a fun experience, and I do want to go abroad again. I do want to do it again. I do have some videos of us in Cyprus, and what was it? But a lot of them are just like not memey, but more like unplanned videos. So, I mean, maybe I'll put them in this video, when I'm talking about stuff, like, maybe, this is just a talking head video, maybe I'll throw them in for the second part, I don't know. Either way, yeah, my time in Cyprus was fun, it's coming up to, it's literally 9 months ago. 9 months. The fact it's been 9 months is kind of gnarly. It was around about this time when I was waiting for my passport, and it was taking, you know, ages to come. No, it was around about this time when I got it. I sent it off in, like, June. Like, May, June. Yeah. Probably should have sent it earlier. But, yeah, stupidity. Nevertheless, I hope you guys like this video. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned for some more videos. Literally what I've been doing for the last week or two to a month is pretty much thinking of ideas. Yeah, I'm that terrible, I can't think of ideas to make a video. And also, because this thing was damaged for a week, the sensor basically had black spots everywhere, which was terrible. But I did a wet clean, which sounds wrong that it's supposed to be, and also right now, I might have to turn the, I can actually probably just turn the light off because of how bright it is in here. Now I'm going to turn this on, to turn the ISO down, I think. I need to learn to do that. When it gets to light, I always think, oh, I'll turn the light off and just turn the ISO up. No, turn the ISO down more as the light changes in the background. Either way, I'll catch you guys in another video. Stay tuned, like I said, for more videos, which I will be bringing out, because, you know, even if I have no money at the moment, I can still think of a video to create. I also saw videos that are on my computer, and I just haven't edited them, because It's a pain in the ass. A pain in the sweet ass, which I can't stand. I don't know what this voice is anymore. I'm gonna go pony up to my mom and be like, hey, there's no milk here and I want a coffee.